But wow, Paul, that's a wonderful picture, video, whatever you're taking.
You can see it. So Martha, what are we doing tonight?
We are going to Eclipse di Luna because tonight it's gonna happen.
A lunar eclipse.
A lunar eclipse.
And we had a hailstorm that hit us about 2 or 3 hours ago, and but the clouds has gone away and stuff like that. So we may actually
have a good night.
We might actually have our dreams come true. Yeah. I asked off for work, and so hopefully I'll wake up in the middle of the night to see it.
Me too.
It starts at supposedly it starts around after midnight. The actual eclipse starts around 1:30, and then totality is around 2:30. We ate at the Eclipse di Luna, and now we're going to go see the Luna eclipse. Since the beginning of time, the moon has brought much wonder, and I've always looked up at the moon to see the different phases. Since I've got the new camera, I've started taking a bunch of photos of the moon, and some they turn out pretty good, and some not so well. And one day I caught an unidentified flying object blocking the moon. Nah, just kidding, that was me. Being a Part 107 certificate pilot and having appropriate warning lights on top of the drone, making this shot was fun. Thursday, March 13th, going into Friday, March 14th. It's 10 o'clock, it's just before 10 o'clock on Thursday night. And beginning a little bit after midnight, we have a total lunar eclipse that's going to begin. So anyway, this is the shot of the moon right now. It's a full moon. There's a little bit of clouds in the area. We had a hailstorm here earlier today, so it wasn't looking like we would be able to see it tonight. But there's some wispy clouds up there, but I can see a few stars here and there. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty good night. So let me hope for a good eclipse tonight. The moon is going through its eclipse. Hopefully, I think around 2:30 in the morning, it's going to turn a blood red color, and that's why they call it a blood red eclipse. But as you can, what is really amazing, and I got the telescope out last night and was playing with the moon, is you don't notice it when you're out there, but when you're taking it with a zoom lens, how fast the moon actually moves in the frame. The moon is slowly disappearing. Hey, Santa's saying hi. The clouds are going across the moon. And it meant we're going to probably lose the moon. That's not the eclipse, that's just clouds that are covering up the moon now. The clouds are darkening it just a little bit, but no, that's not. You're just going to get ready to go through. It's going to go through a hole in the cloud. We had a full cloud bank layer that passed over us, and our fear of not catching the eclipse started to rise. That's a thick cloud there. Brighten it up so we can see the moon. Just for information, I'm using a Nikon Z6ii on a tripod. However, I'm sure you notice the jumpiness of the tripod. The moon is more of a straight up, and tripods are not really designed for cameras to actually face in that type of angle. So while I'm using the tripod, I'm kind of trying to hold it in place on 2 legs instead of 3. So I apologize for the jumpiness. All right, we're probably at maybe, what would you say, that's a 1/5 of a moon, 1/6 of the moon. It's getting ready to disappear. There's another layer of clouds that are coming in. It's not that the moon's disappeared, it's gone behind the clouds now.
know that there was a lunar eclipse, you will think, and you are not paying attention to the moon. You think that it's just
Another night.
Another night.
Well, if you were thinking about it, you go like, man, the moon was bright. What happened to it? And then that would be the end of it. As more of the moon disappears, I have to make adjustments. I'm currently doing 1/800 with an f-stop of 8 and an ISO of 1600. There's another cloud bank getting ready to move in. Well, we're starting to get close. It is 2:16 a.m. and we're now looking at the bottom of the sliver of the moon. You all can't see it because of the exposure, but you can start to see the reddish tint on the bottom part of the moon. I'm using the Nikon Z6ii with a Tamron 28 to 400 zoom lens. With that zoom lens, I'm able to get a 35mm equivalent of 600mm to the moon, and I'm using all 600mm. Alright, we are almost done. I've lightened up the camera a little bit so we can see it some more. Well, the last of the moon is showing. I'm sure the video quality has gone down. I've taken it to its absolute highest ISO it can have and the lowest shutter speed that it can do in video and the lowest f-stop. So it's at 1/30, f-stop of 6.2 and an ISO a high 2.0. And wow, it's not really that visible. I think it's because it's gone behind a real small layer of clouds. There's still a little light on top of the moon. I thought it would go away by now.
Wow, boy, that's a wonderful picture, video, whatever you're taking.
You can see it? All right, it is 2:57 a.m. At 2:58, it's at the maximum lunar eclipse amount. At some point, it's supposed to be really bright red, but I don't see it. It's at 2:58 now. The total lunar eclipse is supposed to end at 3:31. Well, I think this is going to do it for us.
You did what you wanted to do.
I think that's what we're gonna get. It's 2:59 a.m. We were really lucky that the weather held out for us because it was right when it was starting to hit close to totality. The clouds came in and they covered it up for a while, and then right before it went to its total lunar eclipse, it stopped. So that's pretty good. But right now it's clear. I mean, there's probably a little bit of haze in the air. I've done multiple adjustments and everything else. I did this all in manual mode. I really have not done much in manual mode, so I'm kind of learning and everything else. But anyway, I think we have. I think we've seen this astronomical event, and we can say we did it. So we've done 2 solar eclipses, and you think we've done another lunar eclipse, so this is 2 lunar eclipses. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to do 2 Alaska cruises. If you like this video, please click like and definitely subscribe to the channel, as I'm hoping to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. and I hope you had as much fun as I did.